What's up guys, Game Nut here and welcome back to some more Madden 18 Ultimate Team. And as always, we are going to make some more adjustments with our current lineup in today's episode. And as promised, we're going to make those changes to the positions I told you guys we would in the last episode, which on the offense is going to include our wide receivers, which, I mean, as you guys can see it, our receivers, like I said before, in simple words, like they just suck, man. I mean, we only have Cordero Patterson, who's a 76 overall, but then at our number 2 and 3, we have a 73 and a 70 overall. Like, that's not going to cut it at this point in Ultimate Team. And overall on the defense at free safety, we have this Jabril Peppers, who's not only playing out of position, he's supposed to be a strong safety, but he's only a 73 overall. Like, we desperately need some upgrades at these positions. So, of course, as you guys know, we have the team leader program in the game right now. It is split up between the AFC and the NFC, which we have seen this in the past. I believe it's been called captains before. Last year, this was the team heroes. This year, however, it is just called team leaders. So, for instance, we're going to head down to the Carolina Panther set, and in order to get yourself a team hero, you have to add a gold team token and a silver team token to according whatever team that is that you're completing. So, obviously, for the Panthers we're doing here, we have to get ourselves a gold and silver team token of the Panthers. It kind of makes, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, once we complete this set, it gives us the option to choose one of 5 team leaders for that team, which every single team does have 5 team leaders to choose from. So, for the Panthers, we can either pick Kelvin Benjamin, James Bradbury, Thomas Davis, Julius Peppers, or Charles Johnson. Now, in this instance, I decided to go ahead and pick up the 80 overall wide receiver Kelvin Benjamin, which it really doesn't matter which of the 5 you choose because you have to get them all eventually on your team in order to do the solo challenges. But as you guys can see here, take a quick look at the 80 overall Kelvin Benjamin. He does have some pretty good catching stats. Now, as we head over to the solo challenges, again, it's split up between AFC and NFC. Obviously, we're going to the NFC because that's where the Panthers are located. And as we come down here, I have completed my first 16 solo challenges for the Panthers, which when you get to the very last solo challenge for that, you get yourself a free 80 overall team leader like the set that we just completed. But then we have a final sequence of 3 solo challenges to complete. Now, for that third and final solo challenge, in order to access it, you have to have all 5 of those 80 overall team leaders currently in your lineup. So with that Kelvin Benjamin set we just did, I had to do that set an additional 3 more times to get the final 3 players for the team, which include Julius Peppers, Charles Johnson, and then James Bradbury. Thomas Davis is the free one that I got for doing that first set of solo challenge. So now that we got all 5 of those 80 overall team leaders on our team, we can do the final solo challenge, which I obviously completed, and doing so gives us now this pack, which we can choose one of those 5 team leaders again. However, these guys are now up to an 86 overall. And again, for the Panthers, we have the same 5 guys to choose from: Thomas Davis, Julius Peppers, Charles Johnson, James Bradbury, and Kelvin Benjamin. And I mean, it's pretty obvious to you guys which one I'm going to choose because, as I said earlier on in this episode, we need to upgrade our wide receivers. So the team leader for the Panthers that we are going to be selecting will be this 86 overall Kelvin Benjamin. This guy looks like an absolute monster, man. I mean, not only is this guy like 6'7" or something like that, he is a pretty tall target. He has some great stats as well. I actually said that wrong. He's only 6'5", but he's still a pretty tall target. I mean, he's got 82 speed and catching, 87 spectacular catch, 89 release, and an 87 catch in traffic. This guy literally should be catching everything. So as we head over to our offense, we have a missing spot at wide receiver number 1, but of course, we're going to go ahead and plug in that new light blue card of Kelvin Benjamin, and man, does it look good in our offense, and we have ourselves a new deadly weapon for this offense. However, I'm not done just yet with these team leaders because I went ahead and completed that entire process all over again, this time for the Dallas Cowboys. So once we finish that solo challenge, this time the 86 overall players that we have to choose from include Dak Prescott, Jason Witten, Orlando Scandrick, and Cole Beasley, as well as this one mystery card. As you guys can see here, it's the second card, which obviously some of you guys might know exactly who this card is going to be, and I mean, it's pretty clear this is the one we're going to be choosing for our team. But the mystery player, once we reveal it from the last episode, is in fact going to be the free safety Byron Jones. I mean, it's pretty clear that was going to be the card we picked up since it was the mystery card, but shout out to you guys who were able to guess this correctly. Obviously, we needed a new free safety for our team, so it was an obvious choice to pick up Byron Jones. Once we check out his stats, 87 speed, 89 acceleration, 83 play recognition, 83 zone coverage. This is a pretty well-balanced free safety, I'm not going to lie. He's not like a standout in like his zone, his hit power, and his catching, his coverage, anything like that. He's just kind of like a real well-balanced all-around free safety. So there it is. We've got ourselves a new free safety and a new wide receiver, but that really got me thinking, obviously, to get these 86 overall team leaders, we had to go and get all of these 80 overall team leaders for those exact teams. And I was like, well, why wouldn't I go ahead and add these guys to the lineup temporarily? So for the Cowboys, we not only have Jason Witten, Orlando Scandrick, Dak Prescott, and Cole Beasley to use, but on the Panthers, we also have James Bradbury, Thomas Davis, Charles Johnson, and Julius Peppers that we can plug into our lineup right now and just make this team even better than it already is. So I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and do that over on the offense. Once we add in these 80 overall team leaders that we can put into the lineup, you guys can see all of these new light blue cards that are on the team. Of course, at wide receiver number 1, we've got our 86 overall beast Kelvin Benjamin. At wide receiver number 2, we now have 80 overall Cole Beasley from the Cowboys. Down at our slot receiver number 3, we have, you guys can see this 81 overall elite Mohamed Sanu. Now, the way that I got this card is from my solo challenges. I mean, you can see it down there. It does say it's a non-auctionable tradable elite. I didn't have the clip of me actually pulling this card because I wasn't expecting anything, but from my Goal Unleashed solo challenge, from a gold player pack, I actually got this 81 overall elite wide receiver. So obviously, I'm going to put him in the lineup. Now, last but not least, up at the tight end spot, we've got this 80 overall Jason Witten. Offense is looking pretty clean now, so as we head over to this side of the ball, we're going to go ahead and put in all of those 80 overall team leaders to the defense that we have just currently sitting in our item binder. And as you guys can see now, the defense looks so much better. Of course, up at free safety, we have the man 86 overall Byron Jones. At right outside linebacker, currently we have 80 overall Thomas Davis. Down on the defensive line, we have 80 overall Julius Peppers, who is playing at right end. Over at the left end spot, we currently have 80 overall Charles Johnson, again from the Carolina Panthers. In the secondary, we have 80 overall Orlando Scandrick. I decided to put him as our cornerback number 3. And the other cornerback that we did get from these team leaders is James Bradbury, who's also, of course, an 80 overall. He is going to be playing at cornerback number 4. So that is going to do it for the upgrades of today's episodes. I know that was a lot, man. We brought in so many new players, but the big names, of course, are going to be Kelvin Benjamin and Byron Jones. I think the offense and the defense has had some drastic improvements, man. And I don't think we should be having any more bad games, especially with the offense. But as you guys can see down there at defensive tackle, that's like our lowest overall now, which is a 78 overall. So the team is definitely looking pretty solid. So as we head to our current season, we are sitting at a 3-1 record, needing 4 more wins until we make it to the postseason without taking 3 more losses. Otherwise, we have to start this season all over again.
And now we get a peek at some of the top players here for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready to go in the booth. We hope you're ready to go at the controls. Let's play.
A new and improved offense and defense should mean that we have new and improved gameplay, right? Well, let's just hope that's the case, man. So as we're starting out on this game, we are playing on defense, and right out of the gate, my opponent is already targeting right towards my user. I was just a step behind from getting that interception. So the next play, 2nd and 10, opponent is going with the run game, and oh my God, I don't know if you guys just saw that, but that was our free safety, Byron Jones, who came up out of nowhere to tackle Jay Ajayi from behind, so that's definitely pretty good. We're seeing him. And 3rd and 9, what was that? Michael Vick tried like giving a little shovel pass to his tight end, and he threw it directly into the stomach of Thomas Davis. He's lucky that wasn't intercepted. So on offense, right off the rip, we are going to our number 1 receiver, Kelvin Benjamin, and I'm loving this already. He is left wide open for a pickup of 29 yards. So a play later, currently standing at a 2nd and 8, we're going to go to our new tight end, Jason Witten, on the underneath route. Just going to keep it safe. Didn't pick up a first down, but it's now sitting at a 3rd and 4. So next play, Andrew Luck. Don't see anybody open. Looks like he's got some good coverage going right now. So with Luck, we're going to take off out of the pocket, and somehow, I don't really know how he got tackled. He just got like barely clipped on his ankle, but we still got the first down, which is good. But a play later, 2nd and 11, Andrew Luck, that was nowhere near my target I was trying to throw to. You know what, man? I was giving Andrew Luck one chance in this game. One chance, and we are now subbing in the team leader, Dak Prescott, who is currently sitting at our backup spot. I mean, I have just been so fed up with this Andrew Luck card. He has just gone downhill for me. I mean, he literally completes like 50% of his passes, and all those 50% he misses are complete wide open targets. Like, I can't handle the card anymore. So Dak Prescott subs into the game, rushes for about a pickup of 11 yards, just short of the first. It's a 4th and 1. Obviously, I'm going to go for it because when you got a man like Marshawn Lynch in the backfield, it's pretty easy to pick up 1 yard, but this guy decided he was going to pick up 19 instead. So a play later, now sitting at a 2nd and 13, Dak Prescott doesn't see anybody open. He's going to take off once again, and this man yet again almost picks up the first down with his legs. We're now sitting at a 3rd and 1, but a play later, after getting shut down, it's a 4th and 1. Obviously, at this point, I'm going to go for it once again with Marshawn Lynch in the backfield, and this guy is able to pick up the first touchdown of today's game, giving us the lead 7-0. So, as we now head into the 2-minute warning of the second quarter, my opponent on offense literally has taken up the entire clock on offense up until this point on his drive. So here we're sitting at a 3rd and 8. Again, this guy is literally just targeting my user. I mean, he's getting so lucky that I'm just short of getting these interceptions on the team. But 2nd and 9, a play later. He does have Michael Vick at quarterback, but don't worry, that's not the new 93 overall Vick, because we probably will be losing this game by a lot if that were the case. This is only the free 75 that everybody got. 3rd and 11. Are you kidding me? Like, This guy's seriously asking for it, throwing directly at my user every single time. So after that play, he used one of his timeouts, and now is sitting with 19 seconds left and counting. Thomas Davis, our new player, comes up with a sack. I always love seeing new players that we bring into our team immediately making an impact. After the sack, he wasted about 4 more seconds off of the clock and then finally decided to use his last timeout. So with 14 seconds left, down goes Michael Vick again. This time it's Julius Peppers. And you guys can see up at the clock, my opponent does not have very good time management, man, because he has no timeouts left. The clock ticked all the way down to zeros, and this man just absolutely choked, getting at least a field goal out of the half, man. So we just had ourselves a pretty good possession there on defense, not even letting up a field goal. He kind of screwed himself there, I'm not going to lie. So on the kickoff,
EA Sports.
This is some EA cheese, man. Are you actually joking me? So even though we just had a great defensive stop, it's almost like that didn't even happen, because on the opening kickoff for the third quarter, my opponent lays the boom on our returner, picks up the fumble, and takes it for a touchdown. I mean, like I said, it's pretty much like that defensive stop we just had didn't even happen, and he ended up getting a touchdown anyway. So that's definitely pretty unfortunate, man. So now we're sitting at a tie game 7-7. So on offense, however, Dak Prescott with the beautiful throw to Mohamed Sanu with a great catch as well. I mean, to be honest with you, Andrew Luck would not have made that throw. That's exactly why I subbed him out of the game. Next play, 2nd and 10. Look at the old man, Jason Witten, fighting for extra yards. Picks up 23. That was a fantastic throw by Dak yet again, and a good effort by Jason Witten. The next play, 1st and 10. Going to beast mode. Tries to chuck through 3 defenders. Ends up getting taken down with all of them. So 2nd and 1. Obviously going to go right back to the beast. KB, give me that block. And Marshawn Lynch is completely wide open for his 2nd touchdown in this game. Marshawn Lynch is continuing to be the workhorse on this team and just absolutely dominate and get all of our points for this team, man. He is picking things right back up from where he left off in the last episode. Marshawn Lynch with the 2nd touchdown. We now have the lead 14-7. So going towards the end of the 4th quarter, we're about the 2-minute warning yet again. This kind of went to a defensive battle. We went back and forth. I got like a fumble on him. He ended up making us go 3 and out. We had to punt him the ball. And now we're sitting at the spot where it is, again, 1.5 minutes until the game is over, and we are still up by 7 points. So you guys can see here my opponent kept going with his run to Ajayi when on the wide receiver screen, we get the hit stick with Ray Lewis. He fumbles the ball. Orlando Skidger picks it up, tries to take it to the end zone, but Michael Vick caught him from behind, and he gets tackled. This dude kept going with wide receiver screens a lot during this game, and once I saw that that was 5 wide, I was like, this dude is really going to go with the wide receiver screen again. I read it all the way, got the hit on the receiver, and we were able to get the fumble, pick it up. We're on offense. All we have to do is give it to the man, Marshawn Lynch. He's able to do his job, pick up 1 first down, make my opponent waste his timeouts, and with 4 seconds left on the clock, I wanted to take one more shot to the end zone with Kelvin Benjamin because we didn't get to see a whole lot from him this game, but my opponent had other plans. He decided to take the early exit and quit the game. So there it is, you guys. We ended up getting the victory with all of these new players that we brought into our team. Now our current season is looking like a 4-1 record, 1 step closer to the playoffs. Now we only need 3 more wins with still 3 more losses remaining, so it's definitely better that we win sooner than later and obviously not get those losses. But in the next episode, what I'm going to be looking towards upgrading is our quarterback, man. I mean, like I said, I'm fed up with Andrew Luck. You guys have seen it in past episodes. The guys that see me stream on Twitch have seen it. Andrew Luck, this card has been nothing but terrible for me. I'm so fed up with this card. I need myself a new quarterback, so that is what we're going to be targeting in the next episode. But once again, thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope all of you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you go ahead and put a thumbs up on the video. I will catch you guys all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.
Backlash written on me, card robbing on a glass bowl. I've been ballin', free my ladies in the counter now. I'm already out, already on the countdown. I'ma set it right. Got the backlash written on me, cold running.